Good day and welcome to this video introducing some new reports and templates from Qvinci, the ranking and ranking with benchmarking templates. We're going to show you how to run those. If you're a multi-entity ecosystem, you're going to find this fantastic. As always, when you log into Qvinci, you're going to land on the advisory portal. And to get to the ranking templates, like always, we click Reports and Libraries. Now, this is going to be in the Qvinci Gallery, and you can see that I've searched for ranking, click Search, and these are the ranking templates. There's a native and SCOA-based, Standard Chart of Accounts, native SCOA-based, and there are two different reports very similar to each other. This one includes benchmarking along with the ranking. So when you want to run this, you'll select the entities that you want. So I got 3 here as an example if I were going to run this. I have actually run this on a client that has 10 entities, 10 demo files. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. And all you would do is select the entities and click the dates that you want and click the preview button. Now I've clicked the preview button, so I'm going to bring this up in Excel to show you what it looks like after it's exported to Excel. It looks exactly the same way in Qvinci on the screen, but here's an example of what this ranking report looks like and how you would use it. So I had 10 entities it had 12 entities actually total, and it's going to rank them. There's 2 different types of files. There's ranked and not ranked. Ranked are all the entities that have legitimate data in them, for instance, income and that kind of thing. And all these columns are sortable. So you can see that I've got 10 entities, and these are the names of the entities, the QuickBooks files, if you will. And if I click this sorting button, smallest to largest, my best performer is DFW at $819,000 of total income, and my worst performer is Denver at $296, 1 through 10, as an example. And we do all these columns exactly the same way. So if you wanted to compare the cost of goods across all these 10 entities, you would simply go to this column where it says COGS as a percent rank, and I would sort it ascending. And so Atlanta, as it turns out, has the best COGS. It's number 1, 39.3%. My worst performers, 46.4%. Well, what would I do with this data? So as an example, if I were a restaurant and I had these 10 locations, I'd really like DCA to perform more like Atlanta. So I begin to see what the best practices are, and I can begin to consult with these other locations down here that have room for improvement. 39.3% versus 46. There's another 7% that could fall to the bottom line here, to the gross profit line here. All these work exactly the same way. If you want to see gross profit in largest to smallest, my entity with the greatest gross profit is Dallas, right? But gross margin as a percent of total income, it's Atlanta again, 60.7% gross margin, okay, and DFW is 60.1. Now, so you get that by clicking the ranked button here. Not ranked, these are entities that we cannot rank. So as an example, if I click this, you can see that these particular locations have negative income, probably an accounting problem. So if income is 0 or negative, you're going to get a false horizon. So we separate your not ranked entities and ranked entities. There's something wrong with these QuickBooks files as an example. Someone has not done their accounting because you really can't have negative income for the most part, right? And negative COGS. So we separate out the bad actors, if you will. Now, not only do we show you the fiscal year, but you can select the periods that you want. So if I click this and I say, you know what, fiscal year to date's great, but I'd like to look at the reporting month. All the data changes, and you're probably going to find that the order of 1 to 10 in this case is probably going to be different. Total income, net income. If I'm going to scan this as an example, I'm going to look for red over here in the net income line. This is an OMG moment, right? This one's losing money. DCA is losing money. And again, I can sort these by rank and whatnot. So this is the example of the kind of report that you can run on 1 to N entities, and it'll support up to 300 entities in this list. And imagine what you can use this for from an advisory perspective. So I'm going to show you another report here very quickly, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. And it's the same benchmarking report for the most part. However, it's going to include benchmarking. In addition to ranking, we now give you benchmarking in this particular report, and this is the benchmark report in the library. Run it all the same way, works exactly the same way, ranked and unranked. But what we do is we give you the comparison. So of the top 10, of these 10 entities, the top 10%, here's the numbers. top 20%, and the average of the ecosystem. Now I can compare San Antonio SAT at 40.7% to the average of the ecosystem. Yeah, they're doing really well compared to the average of the ecosystem, 42% of COGS, but not as well as the top 20%. Benchmark comparisons across the 10 entities in this report. And it runs in Excel just like this. It runs like this in Qvinci. I show you this in Excel because you probably want to download this. And now it's dynamic. You download it to Excel and send it to the stakeholders. I can send it to the management team, or maybe the people if it were diocese, these be all parishes or schools and cemeteries, that kind of thing. Anything multi. It allows management to get a landscape view across all entities, sorted by the most compelling metrics and compared to the average. And I should introduce you to this. This is customizable. This is what separates Qvinci from everybody else out there. I can come over here and we will help you with this. And so I've got income and COGS and gross profit and total expense and net income. You can also pick custom accounts. You get 3 of them. 3 custom accounts out of your chart of accounts. If you're a restaurant, maybe you want food sales, maybe you want food costs, whatever. We will tune this, help you tune this so that it not only has the main category accounts, but ones that are specific to the ecosystem you're benchmarking against. If I were an accountant and I had a client with 12 locations, I probably want to tune this to not only give them the overarching data, but give them the data that is specific to the chart of accounts in question. So very, very powerful, very fast, very easy to use, and very diagnostic. Find red, fix red. The first thing you want to do in any report that you're using is from smallest to largest. There you go. DCA is losing for this fiscal year to date, $75,491. These are the 2 I need to work on. These guys are knocking it out of the park. So I know where to focus my attention. And in the real world, you're going to have some red splattered all over the place. It's going to be a management tool that's going to help you help your clients, your franchise, anything that has a plurality of locations. We have people standing by. You can contact our solution consultants for a in-person demo. They'll do one on the fly for you. But we know you're going to improve your end unit's performance by using a tool like the ranking and benchmarking is going to give you the insights you need to make informed decisions. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great day.